Recording in progress.
Dicen que en épocas de grandes cambios es cuando aparecen las mejores oportunidades. Este es el momento de aprovechar el presente para construir el futuro que deseamos. Hoy abrimos una puerta al futuro en el que las más avanzadas tecnologías se ponen a disposición del ser humano para construir un mundo mejor. Descubre Decentra, la oportunidad que eleva tu potencial con la ayuda de las mejores herramientas digitales del mercado actual, como blockchain, staking, web 3.0, NFTs, DeFi y más, mientras te ayuda a mejorar tus finanzas personales. Usando la tecnología más avanzada hoy y creando la que está por llegar. Bienvenido al futuro. Bienvenido a Decentra. El mundo del futuro se está construyendo en estos momentos. Un universo sin límites llamado metaverso está naciendo. La siguiente generación en la evolución de Internet. Un lugar donde las barreras de tiempo y espacio no existen. Un mundo donde la imaginación, fusionada con el desarrollo tecnológico, construirán los negocios del futuro. Y en este mundo, los cimientos de una gran ciudad comienzan a ser colocados. Decentra y Landian, la alianza que cambiará el mundo, están construyendo Decentra City dentro del metaverso. Esta ciudad será un lugar para explorar, para crecer, para conectar, donde podrás hacer tantas cosas como desees. Y habrá un lugar para el emprendimiento, para la formación, el arte, el entretenimiento y las relaciones humanas. En Decentra City podrás comprar o alquilar coches, invertir en activos, comprar la casa de tus sueños o construir un gran edificio. Pero también podrás disfrutar de multitud de experiencias asombrosas. O jugar. Tendrás una versión digital de ti mismo, viviendo e interactuando con otros ciudadanos de Decentra City, con un avatar personalizado. El metaverso hiperrealista más avanzado del mundo. Este es un momento único en la historia. La primera compañía de network marketing que arranca oficialmente dentro del metaverso. Decentra City, la ciudad donde no existe lo imposible.
The most powerful property that we can acquire is knowledge. And with the right education, your potential will have no limits. Discover Decentra University, the most complete e-learning platform for your personal life and professional career. Learn about the latest technology, NFT, blockchain, AI, VR, with the best trainers and experts in each area. Plus, exclusive content from John Maxwell, the world #1 leadership guru. Join Decentra University and open the door to knowledge. Exploring new places is one of your dreams? Sure it is. We all want to explore the world. And now it is possible for far more people. Discover Ovasky, the private travel membership with exclusive experiences for lower prices. The more you travel, the more you can save. The more you save, the more you can travel. Join Ovasky today. The world is yours to explore.
Listo, listo.
Ready, we're ready. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all the Decentra family. How are you? It's a pleasure for me to be here. It's a pleasure to be able to share this information with value. And let me tell you something. I don't know if this is allowed to be said, but let me tell you a little story. And part of this is that when you're a person that you will give the training and you're going to be sharing information, a previous day, the corporate staff will be in contact with you and to review and check all the information that you are going to share with the people and all the things and all the time. We're maintaining a standard of perfection, and that's what I love, because since yesterday and even 2 seconds ago, I've been having this follow-up with this training. And why do I share this? Barely starting this training, because I have realized something, because the corporate is so good and it's the worldwide standard. And so you can have a quality presentation, because every single piece of information that we are able to share is the first level and state of the art. And I'm really grateful. The only thing that I can learn from this and I can know from the corporate is to be able to share my information, my experience, and my growth with all of you. So let me do something with the people that are so far logged in right now. Before anything else, I want you to take a screenshot of this moment and take a screenshot of this training, and let's make a hashtag in our social media. And it's a hashtag that says, thanks for everything. And to put that story or that reel and do the hashtag, thanks for everything, and to tag all of our corporate team, because I want you to realize something. The people that is out from this, outside this company and just watching our companies, and they just, those kind of people, they are just losing money and losing an opportunity. So let's flood our social media with those hashtags and to tag our corporate staffs at Decentra. And to begin with, I was thinking about in what topic I was going to share. And all this week, I was thinking what I was going to share for this big community. And let me share something with you. I just barely finished one of the books that I have already read once. And when you read again, and when you see an information that you have already seen, that ego comes back to your mind, and you can say, I already said that, I already know that, I have been already told this. And let me tell you something. The worst mistake for learning and growing, it's ego. And the worst mistake is to say, I already know this. Because along the way I was reading is, oh, I already know this, I already know this. But when I realized, I started thinking, if I already knew this, you will already have that result that you're seeking. And I don't know you, I don't know who you are, but I will tell you something. You most likely, when you listen to the information that I will share, that thought is going to arrive to your mind and think, do you already have the result that you're seeking? If the answer is no, then you still have more to learn, because we're not perfect. We're not done. And we have a lot of more things to learn. I want you to open your mind to receive this information, but most importantly, my upline always said this, the information that is not applied it will not make any change. So let's apply the information that we're going to receive today. Let me share my screen. And the things that I want to share with you is one of the books that I really love and that I have read multiple times. Okay, done. It's precisely this, and it's the 7 laws of success. The 7 spiritual laws of success. And I want to start with the first law, and this first law. And I want you to write this down. Remember, write this down, because if we don't write it down, maybe we can just retain 10 or 16% of the information that we receive. It's a 10 to 16%, but when you write it down, you have an effectiveness over the 80%. So we're receiving those first hashtags and tags. So I want you to write this information. Number one, the law of pure potential. The law of pure potential. And what does this law says? This law says that we're capable of anything. We're able to do anything. And we're capable to do anything. And the only thing that we obstacle this law is yourself. That inner dialogue and all your thoughts are stopping you from achieving the result that you want. Because you're born with the capability to do it. You're born with the capability of believing and creating. But along the way, you start growing up, you start programming yourself and the people around you and your environment start programming yourself into believing some things that are not true. And sometimes with that inner dialogue, you start believing some things that are not true. And sometimes many people start telling you, oh, you're a fool, you're not able to do it, you cannot do this. And you start believing to people. And then your inner dialogue, you do something wrong, or you do a mistake, or you do something bad. And it's like, oh, I'm useless. You start thinking that to yourself. But life is about challenges and those changes. And sometimes our mistakes, we doom ourselves. And it's look like that we are our own enemies. And your inner dialogue is always negative. And I want you to do an exercise in a quick manner. Start meditating and analyzing how does that inner dialogue has been so far. Did you tell positive things today or negative things today? And let me tell you something. There's no neutral. There's no halfway measures, either positive or negative. There's nothing in between. So what are you telling to yourself? And I want to repeat this. You are capable of everything, but many times that inner dialogue wins, and that sense of victimizing yourself wins. And many people out there is giving excuses like, I wasn't born in a rich family, or the government, or when I was little, my dad did this to me, my mom did this to me, my teacher did this to me, and she or him tell me something and I believed it. So the world is full of victims, and it's full of people that they're telling they're having that inner dialogue in a negative way. And that this law of pure potential is that you need to keep 1 minute of silence, because every single time that we're having that negative inner dialogue, you have a wreck and chaos in your mind. So guess what you're going to bring and attract to your life? Well, those negative things. It's not a big dilemma. It's just logical. Because when you're talking and thinking negative things, well, negative things will arrive to your life. And you will see in a peculiar way, all these laws that I will be saying today are going to be combined within each other. And let me tell you, all the laws that I will be speaking today, and I will be telling you, that this law of pure potential, today, I want you to tell you this. You're capable of everything. You're capable to reach in diamond. You're capable to reach crown block diamond. You're capable of everything. What have you been telling yourself? Have you been telling you that it's difficult? Have you been telling yourself that this transition that we have been doing, the only thing that is doing is to make the things harder? Have you been telling yourself that probably people will not trust this kind of industry? What are you telling yourself? Or are you telling yourself every single day that you're successful, that you can do it, that because of who you are, you will arrive and achieve all the goals that you're thinking? Because the people that are having that positive inner dialogue are the people that are having and showing the results. But the important part of this pure potential law is to keep 1 minute of silence and to be having that wreck and that havoc in your mind. And the author will tell you how to keep that minute of silence and start meditating and start having that positive inner dialogue. And part of what they do, I've been sharing it in many, many trainings, and it's one of the practice that I do, and it's meditation. Because you're doing statements and you're making a decree telling who you are and what you are. So I repeat to myself, I'm a millionaire. And to those who don't know it, I'm a swimmer, so I'm the best swimmer. I'm the best friend, I'm a millionaire. And all the things that I want to be, I just make a statement about it. And that fills me with positive energy. And when we do a training, we just start with full energy to keep your day moving forward. But many times, but sometimes you don't even fulfill the things that you promised to yourself. And you start victimizing yourself and telling like you're useless, oh, you didn't keep your promise and stuff like that. So I recommend you and I advise you to keep that minute of silence and to meditate and to listen to your inner dialogue. And the second, because when you're having that inner dialogue and it's not in the proper way, you start feeling negative. But when you see something that you don't like it, you start judging. And that is negativity to your life. Maybe sometimes you go walking in the street and you see something that you don't like and you start judging people like, oh, look how these people drive and oh, these people, how he's dressed. And you start seeing all the negative things in your life, in your family, in your house, and you don't know. And sometimes you will say, oh, my mom gets me mad. My father pisses me off. And you start all the time repeating all those negative things in your life. So the author says, just keep 1 minute of silence. Don't think on judging. Don't think on negative things. Think in a moment that you want in your life and start repeating that same thing in your life and start thinking in the positive things that you want in your life and you're going to attract them. There's a study that says that our body, in a way, like it is energy and has some kind of electrical energy, and the water is a conductor of that energy. So when you're taking a shower or swimming, it will alter a lot more that energy. So the ones that are writing down, the first law is the law of pure potential law. So keep quiet, keep that silence, and listen to your inner dialogue. And don't judge anything or anyone, because that will keep your mind in silence. Because when you're judging, all the turbulence, all those thoughts will arrive to your heart and does not let you keep yourself in peace. So the next law, the law of giving. And this one, I love it, because for centuries and for years, because it has been said in many, many ways. We have examples in the Bible, and that you can listen to it, and maybe you have listened to this phrase a lot, many, many times, that it's better to give than to receive. And in the Bible, we can listen that it's better to give than to receive. And maybe have you heard about Colgate, that toothpaste brand? And this family of the Colgate family, they talk about their story, and that when they're starting their business, they decided to donate the 10% of all of their income, and they will donate it. And along the way, they were making more income. They will start giving more donation, and sometimes they start giving 11 or 12%. And along the way, it was becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. That company, they will also give in a lot more every single time. And you can see how big the company is in Latam, and even that the toothpaste brand, as today, they get to live with the 10% of their income, and the 90% they were donating it. And I'm not telling you to take your money and give it away. If you want to do it, okay. But this law of giving, it generates a positive reciprocity. And I will tell you something that when you give, when you're given, the positive energy will arrive to your life and you will feel good, because it doesn't only make other people feel good, it will also make you feel good. Because when I read something of this author, I started to take it into practice. And if you have a person that you trust, tell them, help me with this. And I personally tell my girlfriend, I want to start doing this practice and I want you to help me. And every single day you're going to ask me, how many people do you give them a gift today? And that's the challenge. And it's that every single day you need to give them a gift or a surprise to the people around you. And I'm not talking only about a material gift, not telling and saying that is a perfume or a flower. You can do it, of course. But a gift is not always material. You can go to Starbucks and the barista that is taking your service, you can tell them, thank you a lot. You're very, very kind. Or when you go to the gym and just give them a compliment. And you can do that every single day. Maybe with the traffic or the policeman that is in your city, or even the people in your house. You can start in that place. And it happens a lot that when we look around and we look in ourselves, within ourselves, and we have those people that will listen the least. Maybe sometimes to your parents, you will be thankful for them and be grateful and tell them, thank you for this breakfast or for the support. When was the last time that you gave them a present to your family, or even stronger? And I'm telling you, because when I give this kind of trainings, and now that the chat is turned off, I think that I feel that is turned off. I feel I'm talking to myself. When was the last time that you told your mom, Mom, I love you, or Dad, I love you? When was the last time? And it's really, really important, because we're not used to giving. And sometimes we are used to, or we want to receive. We're people that we're seeking a result. Then maybe you want to reach diamond, and you're telling yourself every single day that I will reach diamond and I will have this income. But you are not used to giving. And the law of giving is a cycle. When you give, someone is receiving. And when that person is giving, someone else is receiving. And let me tell you something. Do not allow to break that cycle. Every single day, give a gift. Some words, a compliment. But the most important is that you need to learn how to receive those gifts. Because once I learned it from a good friend, and maybe is here connected, Mr. Alex Moreno. He said something once. Sometimes we are not used to receiving. And he was telling me a story. Because when people want to invite me to eat, I felt uncomfortable. That someone was trying to invite me for a meal. Because that shows that you're willing and have the money to pay for your meal. And sometimes when someone wants to pay your meal, you feel uncomfortable. And I was feeling in a lower level because somebody was trying to invite me something or give me something, because that somebody wants to invite you for something. You are keeping that cycle of giving. And if you don't receive it, you're stopping that cycle of that person that wants to try to give you something. So do not allow to break that cycle. Feel worthy of the gifts that life is going to give you, because the life is going to give you some presents, and life wants to give you a meal. And the only thing that you're telling the universe, that all the gifts that you will receive in your life, you don't want them. So when the universe wants to give you more, you're just rejecting them. So the universe will say, so you're not allowing me to give you gifts, well, I will not give you more. So the people that is writing down the law of giving, so every single day you need to give something to anywhere you go. It doesn't need to be something material. It can be just a compliment. It can be kind words. Something interesting, something that you haven't done. Challenge yourself to do that and dare to do it. And ask yourself every single day, how many people I give something to someone, and learn how to give and learn how to receive and feel worthy of those gifts that you will receive. And at the end, don't break that cycle. Don't break that cycle. If you are given, allow yourself to receive. So the third law of spirituality, the third law of success, and I love it, is the law of cause and effect. Is the karma law, the law of sow and harvest, and there are many, many names for this law. Cause and effect, karma, there are many, many names. And I love it because I feel that this law is alongside with the business that we're carrying, because the result that you're having today, it's everything that has to do with the actions that you have done in the past. And we go to the initial part that we were talking about, feeling guilty and a victim. And you have seen people that are complaining, and I just look at them and tell them the result that you're having today are the consequence of the actions that you did in the past. So the result that you did, the result that you have today are consequence of the actions you did in the past. And you will need to confront it and take responsibility. But that doesn't mean that you cannot do changes. So tomorrow you can have a different result. So the result that you're having today is a consequence of the actions of yesterday. So you can change your actions today so you can have a different result tomorrow. And I have another story that is of two brothers that grew up in the same family, and their father was an alcoholic. He was a drug addict, and it was a delinquent. It was a criminal. It was a person that had bad habits, steal, cheated, and he was like a scum for society. And he was the father of two sons. And here you can see those two kids that were raised by the same father. And it's really curious why one of those kids grows up, and when that person grow up is the exact same way as his father. And that kid was a drug addict, was an alcoholic and delinquent, and been to jail many times. But his brother, he was a successful person that created many enterprises, and that these enterprises didn't just make him rich, but also help other people and that give back to the society, and that physically was all right. And when you interview those two kids in a simultaneous way, they didn't know, but they were asked the same thing. Why do you have the results that you have? Why do you have them? And those two kids that already grew up said the same answer. The same answer. It was because of my father. It was due to my father. Because when the person that was the same as his father, it was like, because he was my father like this. And the one that was successful, he was saying, because my father was like this. And they were asked, why do you have the results that you're having? Because they would say, look, the father I had. And I knew I didn't want that, so I changed it. And that's the problem. Because this law of cause and effect, it will take you sometimes to feel like a victim. But tell me, because when you know this law, you will realize that the actions you take will take you to a different result, disregarding where you're coming from. And I know that you have heard it many, many times. You're not guilty of being born poor, but dying poor, that is your responsibility. So you need to change that attitude and those actions for you to have different results. So if you just join this DTS and you see the people that were logged in and that are joined here, just see the people that are from your community and your team that are logged in. And I'm not a wizard, I'm not a magician, but the people that is not logged in this training is the people that are not showing the results. And the people that of your team that is connected in here are the people that are fighting for a rank and they're already showing the results. And it's nothing from any other place or any other world. It's an universal law. So what you saw today, you will harvest tomorrow. And we have this GTS that expanding your mind and taking your business to the next level. And it's the people that are showing the results. There's no secret. If you're joining here every single day and listen to the trainings because you're harvesting good things in your life. I hope that you understood this. And part of this law of cause and effect is that you wonder and ask yourself and question yourself and ask, the things I'm doing right now will take me to the result I want for tomorrow? The things I'm doing today will bring me happiness and to the people around me, and that is somehow is involved in the decisions that I'm going to take, because they're also an important part. And always feel happy with the decision that you take, because if you feel good when you take those decisions, it's more likely that you will have a good result. And this a mentor told me, it was a life mentor, and he told me, Daniel, you are so smart to know that the things that you're doing are good or bad, and they're right or wrong. And let me set you an example. When you do bad things, they hide by doing them. So just think about it. The people that steal, they do it behind other people. They do it in a sneaky way. The people that uses drugs, maybe they use it behind their parents or behind society. Do I explain myself? You hide to do this kind of activities. And you know that is wrong. And you can tell and know by yourself that is wrong. And you can say by yourself if something that we're doing is right or wrong. You know when the things are going to bring something good to your life and when it's not. So the third law is the law of cause and effect. And number one is to be conscious of the things that you do. To know if the things will lead you to the place you want to get. To do these questions to yourself. What are the consequences of this decision? What are the consequences of giving every day a presentation? And instead of one, I can do 3. Do you think that your chance is going to be triple if you do the 3 times the presentations that you always do? Of course, that's logical. Another question. Will this decision will bring happiness for me and for the ones around me that did this decision and all the people that is involved with this decision? You need to think of it because it makes me happy, but does it make the people happy around me? And to feel happy with the decision that you're taking, because if it make you feel good and make you feel happy, then it's a good decision. So you need to settle with that decision. The next law. The law of the least effort. And this has something particular, and I really like it, because the law of the least amount of effort, it talks about how the things can arrive to your life and can be so simple, and sometimes we just want to stop them. I don't know how many of you it has happened that sometimes we hold back some people, some friends, maybe you're a couple, and we want to hold them. And those people said, no, I just want to go. And sometimes you want to hold on to that. And sometimes when those people just go away, you can say, maybe it was for the best. And when you want to hold to those people, and don't let them go. They just leave, and then you can say it was for the best. Because we're living in a transition where many people has arrived to our life, and it's a blessing for the company, but also a lot of people have decided to not be here, and that's okay. We bless them and just keep moving forward and bless their path. But it's interesting how many people can arrive and go away, but everything happens in a perfect way. When you hold on to that, and when you want to impose your will and force in the nature, the things doesn't come as easy as they should be. And the law of the less effort, you need to accept people, you need to accept the possibilities and the opportunities without pushing so bad in an exaggerated way to get to that result, because you're not going to get there. Sometimes we want the things to happen as we want them to happen, and the things are not going to happen as you want them to happen. They're going to be as they are. I'm not telling you to don't do anything and just let the new members arrive to your community. No. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you not to force those results that are going to get there anyways. So if you're more relaxed, more blessings are going to arrive to your life. You just need to open your arms and to open the doors to those blessings, and they will just arrive to your life. I hope that you're listening to me, because like the chat isn't open. I hope that you are receiving this information. But something really important in this law of the less effort, when you start to applying it, you need to take the responsibility of the situation you're currently in. You need to accept that the problem that arrives to your life is not a problem, because sometimes those problems is just a window of opportunity, because every single problem and obstacle can be an opportunity. And the next is to not be defensive, because that part of the less effort, because it has happened to us sometimes. You maybe will have some thoughts about Bitcoin, and you can think that is the best opportunity. And someone out there can be telling you, oh, Bitcoin is a bubble. And it's not.
Y empiezas a decirle a esa persona el por qué sí, el por qué no, y empiezas a engancharte en eso. Y como
and you start
todas estas leyes de alguna manera se
and you start to feeling obstaculized by those decisions and those comments from the people outside. So don't be defensive. Don't feel hugged by what other people said. So stop judging. And sometimes it happens to us.
Y que empieza a lo mejor a criticar el Bitcoin, lo que sea, que te empieza a criticar a ti, y empiezas a dar tu explicación, empiezas a decirle por qué tu punto de vista es el correcto.
And you start giving them your opinion to those people that are giving you that comments, because the law of the least effort is something that I've been working.
No se lo vayan a decir, pero yo he utilizado la ley del menor esfuerzo con mi novia. ¿Y cómo lo hago? Cuando ella me quiere empezar a pelear, cuando ella quiere empezar a
because when my girlfriend wants to control me and to overcome her point of view over mine, and sometimes I will just say like, yeah, you're right, and I will not give the opportunity to continue with a possible discussion, because maybe that discussion will bring hurtful words, and maybe those words and those hurtful things will end up in something devastating. Because that's the law of the least amount of effort. And I want you to try it. I don't want to just keep that information and just have it written down in your notebook. I want you to, these principles, apply them in your life and to practice them. Because the information without action, it is useless. Because some of the things that you said are true, but I don't want you to trust me. I want you to do them. Disregarding is your mom, your dad, your spouse, your partner start telling you something that you feel bothered and it contradicts your point of view. Just tell them, you're probably right. Oh yeah, you're right. And then you just don't say anything else. And I swear, we'll take away so many issues and problems, so many fights, so many arguments in your life. Just say, yeah, you're right. So the law of the least amount of effort. So to sum it all, to resume it, is to accept the things as they are and as they happen. And accept the responsibility of your decisions, because I am responsible of the things that I'm having today. I'm responsible of the result that I'm having. I'm responsible of the things that arrive to my life. Because when the people arrive to your life, and I'm talking about the least amount of effort, why am I having so many partners that are just lazy, that are just negative? I'm having partners and I'm just look at them and I just tell them, those are the things that you're attracting. Because how you vibe and how you think and how you act, you're just going to bring the same to your life. So before judging the people next to you, start criticizing yourself and asking yourself, why are you attracting those kind of people to your community? Because if you're vibing in a manner, if you're negative, you will attract that same thing to your life. Because when I started in this industry, and especially here at Decentra, I have a really small context. Whereas licenses of 300 and 500 were a lot of money. How can someone put so much money? And little by little, my contacts start growing up and growing up and growing up. And I said, wow, I'm signing people for 3,000 and 5,000. And along the way I was growing up, I was signing people for 25,000 and 50,000. And as today, is not good to say this, but are people that people come to me and say, I want to sign $200 or $3,000. And that concept that you start opening up, and that concept that you're giving to the world with the least effort, little by little, those people start arriving to your life. It's not a science. You don't need to fully understand this, because these principles, you either believe them and trust them, it's going to happen. Even if you don't believe them or don't trust them, it's going to happen. So I want you to see this pen. Can you see it? And this pen, I can tell you, I don't believe and trust. Pay attention. I don't believe in the law of gravity. Did you see what happened? And I don't believe in the law of gravity, but did you see what happened? And even I don't believe in that law, in gravity, well, gravity is going to work. And it's the same thing that is going to happen. Either you believe it or not, it's going to happen. Because the universe does not care if I believe or not. And it's going to happen because it's a law. So along the way, you expand your context, better people, better investment, and more money is going to arrive to your life with the least effort. You need to grow up as a person, and with the least effort, people are going to arrive to your life, and the people that are seeking for your business. And the next one is the law of intention. And the law of intention, I want you to pay attention, because the law of intention, with what intention are you doing things? And sometimes our mentor, Mr. Omar Salazar, our VP, has told us to the science of becoming rich and how to do the things in a certain way. And it's precisely this, because there are many books out there that you're going to listen to principles, and you're going to listen and read things that you can say, oh, I already heard that. And this law of intention that I'm explaining to you today, it has to be something similar to other books. So let me ask you something. You already heard about this, but are you having the results that you're seeking? Because the law of intention is precisely that intention to generate, it will generate a feeling. And our feelings are energy, and our energy will bring something that is similar to that energy. So we're talking about that law of the least effort. And the law of intention is the same thing. When you have that intent of something, with the things that are going to arrive to your life. I learned it from Mr. Alex Ramos, that is my upline, and I learned a lot precisely in how to sign people, how to bring partners that will bring 25 or 50,000 or even more, because of that law of intention, because of that intention that I had with my actions. And I started to apply it and practice it, and then I started to get it. And then I understood it's the law of intention, because I didn't knew it was the law of intention, because the universe didn't care. I didn't knew. But I started doing it as the law of cause and effect, and then it just arrived. And let me tell you how it works. Every single time I do a presentation, every time Alex Ramos, my upline, does a presentation, is with an intention, and the intention is to achieve a certain rank. But every single time I do a presentation, this $300, this $500, this $25,000, doesn't matter the amount you're signing. It's for my presidential black diamond. Maybe you're fighting for diamond, and it's okay. That's all right, because you're fighting for that rank. Before you sit down with your prospect or your contact, and you will think to yourself, I will sign this person because with this person, I will arrive to diamond. And with this person, I will become presidential black diamond. That is the intention. All the things that I'm doing has an intention and has an intent for them to be happening. And you have a list with all the things that you want, so you can set that intention to why you want to have them. So make a list of the things that you want, that you desire. Don't steal dreams. Don't steal somebody else's dreams, because sometimes they're not our dreams that we have set right there and say like, oh, I want to have a house like this or a car like this. And maybe those are the dreams of your upline or your partner. So make a list of what you want and put an intention of why you want them. And the second part is that you trust. To trust the things and how are the things happening, and to believe and to trust the things that are happening, because the things that are happening is for something good. Because all the things that life is bringing to your life are for a greater good. The universe, the voice of your soul, whatever you want to say, is bringing those gifts to your life. And at last is try to practice your consciousness in the present time. Because sometimes we think in the past time, we think that we have to do these kind of things for this day. You need to focus on the present, because many times we set our things that we need to do for tomorrow. And if you didn't do them, because today is the most important time. And sometimes in trainings like this, we talk about sports because I like sports. And every single day I go swimming 6 a.m. And why am I telling you this? Because when I don't do exercise and I don't do sports, I feel bad. When I don't go, there's certain guilt by saying, oh, I didn't went. And that's when I repeat to myself, okay, you didn't went. So do something so you can feel better. You cannot fix it now. It already happened. So today, you need to start doing something different for you to feel different. If you didn't went in the morning, just go now or do something else. And it's part of that cause and effect, but it's also part of the law of intention. To explain myself, all the things that the life is bringing you, it's perfect. All the things that you're receiving is perfect. to be able to know the Decentra in this moment is perfect. Because many people said, I don't know why I didn't knew this business 2 years ago when it was starting. Because today is perfect. You're in the launch, you're in the beginning in a multi-million-dollar company, and it's gonna build the next millionaires, and you are here when the company is starting. You're in the perfect moment. Don't regret because you didn't get here sooner or earlier. You're in the perfect moment, and the life is giving you this opportunity in the perfect moment. So accept your present and focus on it. The people that is writing down, here's the resume. Make a list of all of your desires and bring it with you. Put it in your wallet, put it in your cell phone. What is the things that I want? Trust that when the things seem like they're going bad, there's actually going good, and there is a reason. And number 3, do not allow the obstacles consume the focus of my attention in the present moment, because there are many obstacles out there. There's many people out there saying things. Do not allow that distracts you from your objective. It happens to me. People out there saying bad things, gossiping, and criticizing. But my goal is clear. Presidential Black Diamond. You need to have clear what you have and what you do. And number 7 is the law of detachment. To detach. And we're talking about this. There are people that they're not here anymore. We have people that they're not in our business anymore. So you just need to detach from those people. Once a mentor told me that people that take you to a rank is not the same people that will take you to the next rank. And listen to this. The people or the organization or the team that make you get to a rank is not the same that is going to take you to the next rank. And if that people left, surely it's because a better person is going to arrive to your team and that you were going to grow a lot more than you were doing. So detach from people, detach from past glories and past feelings, detach from that past check, detach from that past rank. And maybe you think, oh, I was this rank. Or maybe you're barely studying, I don't know you, but detach from those feelings, from those people that are not ready here. Focus on today and focus on the law of intent. Focus on that present and stop thinking in the things that you don't have anymore, the people that is not in your life anymore, and detach from those things. Because sometimes when you lose something, you're winning something. And that has to be with the part of giving. Because when you give, you receive. So if you're losing something, you're giving something, and something will arrive and you will receive it. And precisely the attachment is for you to commit to that detachment. And if you are conscious that is something that is hurting you and is something that you lost, you need to detach, but you need to be conscious of what that is. You need to be conscious and to have that freedom for you and the people around you to be who you are, to not feel attached to something material or a person or a feeling, and to maintain with that certainty of the things that are going to happen. Because uncertainty, sometimes it's really difficult to me because I'm a person that likes to be in control. And I know that this thing is going to happen like this and this and this. But uncertainty is good because, like I said, people already left and people is going to arrive. But that uncertainty, and who is that person that is going to arrive? Who is that person with whom I will be teaming up? And I'll be matching, and we're going to do a team in Latam, Europe, or Asia, with whom I will be reaching that presidential Black Diamond, with whom I will take to upstage in the next 2 or 3 years, who are going to be the diamonds that I will be taking to the next events that is going to be alongside with me in upstage. because I don't know them. Those people haven't arrived to my organization yet, but it moves that uncertainty because I don't know who those people are going to be, but I'm excited about it. And today I commit to myself to feel detached with that person that already left, with those people that are not in my business anymore, but I will allow to myself and allow the people around me to have the freedom to be who we are. Number two, I will participate with absolute detachment. I don't care what I lost. I will participate and give my fullest with detachment. And I will maintain myself in uncertainty. And maybe I can see a person that, because I don't know if a person that is signing with 300, maybe that person is going to be the one that makes me reach my goal of becoming a presidential black diamond. Because you don't know if that person will take you to get a bigger team. And maybe that person will open new doors, new continents. And the law of Dharma. And this also means purpose in life. And to finish with all these laws that we've seen is to learn the purpose of life. And this is the law of Dharma, and it's the law of giving. And it's to know what are your talents, and to know what the life and the talents that life has given you, because all the people that are listening to me, you're unique, and you can see it in the various kind of leaders and flavors of leaders, and you can see it how Mr. Omar Salazar is different of Omar Salazar and Mr. Alex Moreno and Enrique Salazar, and Enrique is different from Margie Rico, and you can see how they're a variety and how they're different in their own way, and they have different talents. So you need to do a list, and to make that list of those talents and virtues and values that only you have, and how can you use them for a purpose. And sometimes I think, what is the reason and where a person is going to be in my team? Why my team is different to many other ones that are different, like other organizations? Why am I special? Why people want to be in my team? And those talents, use them with a purpose. And to finish with, how can I serve? How can I help? Because if you're here, network marketing, it's not for you to become rich. It's for you and your team and the people around you to become rich. And I said in a training a few time ago, if you're in this business and you are not working as a team and for your team, you made a mistake. And network marketing is not for you, because being a leader and having that leadership is to help. It's not for you, it's for it to be shared. And if you're not sharing, if you're not helping your team, quit this industry. But if you're a person that you like to serve, that you like to share, that you like to help, this is for you, and you're going to grow. And today, you're going to see how your check is going to keep rising, and your community is going to grow, and also your team and your team's teams are going to keep growing. And the answer to these questions are going to help you to do and serve with love. And with love, everything expands. And I deeply appreciate that you logged in. And I will be more appreciated and grateful if you take this to practice. So the principles are not wrong. The only thing that does not work is the people that do not apply them. Thank you for being here and for joining us today. Thank you a lot. See you next time.